Hi, I'm Mary Pan. Welcome to Flavors of East Brunswick, showcasing our diversity through cuisine. This is a program sponsored by the Human Relations Council and EBTV. In this episode, we're exploring Chinese culture, and it happens to be Lunar New Year, so we'll be making lucky cupcakes. Let's talk about Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is about exchanging good wishes with one another. It is about enjoying delicious traditional foods with family and friends. And most importantly, for the younger generation, it is about giving red envelopes filled with lucky money for children and elders. Chinese New Year is also known as the Spring Festival. It is a time when people look forward to spring and new beginnings. It is also known as Lunar New Year, which is a more inclusive term to include Koreans, Vietnamese, Thai, and other Asian cultures in our community who celebrate it. The Lunar New Year falls on a different day in January or February because it follows the lunar calendar instead of the Gregorian calendar. So for this year, 2024, it is celebrated on February 10th. This is the year of the dragon. If you were born under this lucky sign, then you are seen as intelligent, charming, and ambitious. And speaking of lucky, let's make some lucky cupcakes. So we'll start out with a bowl here. I have all my ingredients measured out, and let's just start adding it. Really simple. We have 1 cup of flour. We'll add that to the bowl. 1 cup of pancake mix, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Let me incorporate all of that in. And then 1/3 of a cup of sugar. So I like to take a fork and just kind of incorporate all of the dry ingredients before adding the water, making sure that there are no lumps. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to take my spatula and slowly add in the water, mixing it as we're adding in the water. This is an easy recipe, only 5 ingredients. And you want to mix it so that everything is mixed, but you don't want to overmix, just like when you bake other things. And you don't want to overmix it because otherwise it becomes dense and it takes all the air out of it. So I'm going to scrape along the sides of the bowl here to make sure that I get all of the flour out from the sides. Then I'm going to bring the spatula down on the bottom to get all of the flour out from there so that everything is incorporated. My mom taught me this recipe when I was probably in high school. She made it all the time for our family, and it's a quick, easy recipe, and I just love it. So I learned how to make it from her, and now I make it for my boys, and they love it. So I always make enough for them so that they have it on New Year's Day in the morning. Okay, so now that everything is mixed, it may still look a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. As long as everything is incorporated, you don't want it to have to be overworking the batter. So now I'm going to bring over a bamboo steamer. And I've already placed all of the foil baking cups, and I'm just going to pour it in there. So just pour them about 2/3 full into each cup. And the reason I like this bowl, because it has a little bit of a pouring spout, makes it easier versus a round bowl. I have a wok with 3 cups of water. I'm going to let it come to a boil before placing the bamboo steamer into the wok to steam for 20 minutes. So this recipe makes 8 lucky cupcakes, which fits perfectly into the bamboo steamer. I'm going to place the bamboo steamer right into the wok. Take this silver and place it into the wok, and then place the lid back onto the steamer and set a timer for 20 minutes. So just let it steam, and once it's done and we open it, you'll see that the lucky cupcakes will have bloomed because they open up, and that's what makes it lucky cupcakes, because in Chinese it's called fat go, and fat it means lucky cupcakes. And while it's steaming, make sure you just let it steam. Do not open the lid, because the steam escaping will cause the cupcakes not to bloom. So while the cupcakes are in the bamboo steamer cooking, let's talk about some Chinese New Year's traditions. So the first thing we always do, and for my house, is we clean the house from top to bottom. We do like a deep clean. You dust everything, vacuum everything, clean from top to bottom, every corner, make sure everything is clean, and be sure to get all your garbage out of the house before the new year, because you don't want to clean or throw anything out on New Year's Day, or you may risk sweeping out or throwing out your good luck for the new year. So the next thing you do after you clean is you decorate your house. So decorating a house involves putting up all kinds of different decorations, especially decorations that are in red. Another thing that we like to do is we put up red paper with Chinese characters on it. Some of them have well wishes that you can place throughout the house. This is the letter Fu in Chinese, and it means good fortune. So when you see this in a home, it's usually displayed upside down, which means good fortune will come. So it's also important to prepare yourself for the new year by buying new clothes to wear, or just maybe wearing something that's red and getting your hair cut before the new year. You don't want to cut your hair on New Year's Day, because that would mean that you're cutting and washing your good fortune away. So be sure to wear something red and get your hair cut before. The color red is a lucky color for Chinese, as well as gold, because they symbolize good luck and prosperity. The next step is to wish everyone a happy new year. So there are 2 common Chinese New Year greetings. So in Cantonese, it is Gong Hei Fat Choi, which means wishing you prosperity. And San Nin Fai Lo in Cantonese means Happy New Year, Happy Chinese New Year. I'm going to attempt to say it in Mandarin only because my family speaks Cantonese, but my husband's family speak Mandarin. So my children know how to say it in both Cantonese and Mandarin. In Mandarin, you say 新年快乐 恭喜发财. It is common for married adults to give red envelopes like these to children and to elders. So these are called 红包, which is red envelope in Chinese, and they are filled with lucky money for children and elders. Red envelopes are called 红包, which literally means red envelope. One of my favorite traditions for Chinese New Year is when the entire family comes together to celebrate New Year on New Year's Eve by having a big feast with traditional foods that symbolize wishes for health, longevity, prosperity, family togetherness, and happiness. I will give you a link to a good site that has like all this information. It's called The Walks of Life. They have incredible information describing all the different traditions and all the different types of food. I like that site because it has recipes for every level of cooking. You could be a beginner cook, or if you like something that's more complicated and it takes longer. But I like to lean towards the easier recipes. As you can see, I made the lucky cupcakes, and it is the easiest thing you can make for New Year. You also want to visit family and friends for the new year. And when you visit your family and friends, be sure to bring some gifts. Good gifts would be to bring flowers, plants. You can bring oranges because they symbolize prosperity. And also you can bring candy. So this display of candy is in a candy box that was given to me by my parents. And we'd like to fill it with some traditional Chinese candies. And you can also see that there's some non-traditional candies in here. My family and I really enjoy chocolate, so we have our favorite chocolates here. And as you can see, there a lot of the candy wrappers are in red and gold, again symbolizing good luck and prosperity. Okay, so let's go check out how our lucky cupcakes look. So after they've steamed for 20 minutes and you remove the lid, you can see that the lucky cupcakes have all bloomed and they are ready to eat. You can just serve them on a plate and enjoy. But if your family is not quite ready to enjoy the cupcakes right now, you can place the lid back on top of the steamer and it should stay warm for a little bit. But I don't know, I can't tell you how long because they never last that long in my house. They get eaten right away. Okay, let's take a look and see how they turned out. All right, these look great. You can see the steam still coming off of it and the cupcakes have all bloomed. So they're ready to eat. They're still hot. I like taking out the foil and then opening this up. You can either just bite into the lucky cupcake or break off a piece. This is a great batch. So thank you so much. Hope you're able to enjoy this recipe like my family does. Happy New Year. 恭喜發財，新年快樂。